are just 3 rounds remaining of the only Super League in football that really matters. And with nothing yet decided, it is nail-biting stuff for both those at the top and at the bottom. And it is crunch time at the bottom as 11th placed Aston Villa host 12th placed Bristol City. Can Birmingham City take advantage and steer themselves clear of danger when they host Reading? While the race for the final Champions League spot also takes centre stage this weekend, Arsenal in the driving seat. They take on Brighton, with Manchester United hoping to pounce on any slip-ups when they take on a Tottenham Hotspur side struggling for form. And that is where we are today. A gloriously sunny Lee Sports Village. Former Manchester United goalkeeper Siobhan Chamberlain with me, and so much still to play for. The two at the top couldn't be split midweek, so the title's still up for grabs. We've got a Champions League place available and teams trying to avoid the drop at the bottom. It's exciting and it's what we want from the WSL.
It is. It's incredibly exciting. I think a few people might disagree with you. Anyone that's supporting those teams at the bottom would love their place in the WSL guaranteed, and they'd take that excitement, that drama away. But for the neutral and for everybody else, it's exactly what we wanted to see in the WSL, and you want there to be challenging at both ends, and in every single game means something at the moment, which is great. Yeah, it certainly doesn't. It means something for Manchester United here today in that race for the Champions League. It has been a bit of an inconsistent spell for Casey Stoney's side, but they have won all 5 previous meetings against today's visitors in all competitions, and they know if they can continue that today, they can ramp up the pressure on their challengers for 3rd place.
Manchester United not in the greatest form as they hope to keep in the race for a top 3 finish.
It's been a disappointing 6 weeks for us in terms of results. We know we need to be better, and we've prepared well today to make sure we are better.
Talking you through this one, former Tottenham defender Jenna Scalacci alongside Vicky Sparks.
This is their 6th meeting since United reformed 3 years ago, and ominously for the visitors, United have won every single encounter between these two sides since then. So, 2-time World Cup winner Christen Press returns for Manchester United in their only change from their FA Cup thumping of 3rd tier Burnley. Leah Galton and Alessia Russo are welcome additions to the bench after injury. Russo hasn't played since mid-October. Influential defender Ashley Neville makes her first start for Tottenham since the end of January after injury. She is in for Esther Morgan, while Josie Green replaces Abby McManus, who's on loan from Manchester United and therefore ineligible. Tottenham sit 8th. They know if they avoid defeat, they will have effectively secured survival with 2 games to play. Here is Millie Turner. Scored the winner against Tottenham in October. Manchester United took a while to break Tottenham down on that occasion as well. Can they fashion a chance here? Here is Hansen getting past Neville. And it is the opener for Manchester United. And there is the clinical scorer once again.
Press started the move, dropping into a pocket to receive the ball. Got a 2v1 on the outward. It's a great drive into the byline and cut back. But Ella Toon is just free there.
Manchester United corner. High and looping and away by Tottenham. Toon will send it back in, and that is a beautiful header from Christen Press. Back in the starting lineup, back amongst the goals. Christen Press doubles Manchester United's advantage, 2-0.
That was a great ball into the danger area there. Tottenham again second to react to the clearance, and they've been punished again. A lovely header into the bottom corner.
Lovely control by Press. It's just those touches, those moments of class that show you what a good player she is. Smith to Hansen. Hansen with the delivery. And again, it's a dangerous one. And there is the 3rd for Manchester United. Jess Sigsworth on the score sheet. And Manchester United threatening to run away with this.
Hansen again showing causing so much trouble down here on the left-hand side, driving with the ball, a great cross in, and just bounced off Harrop there. I'm not sure she knew much about it, and a really calm finish.
Well, Tottenham will just be desperate to get a spell in possession early on in this second half, because Manchester United have made it so difficult for them. And here is Eilidh. Graham with the slip. She's gone down, kick Graham as Manchester United continue to stream forward, and that's a penalty. The worst possible start to this half for Tottenham. And Manchester United with the chance to make it 4-0.
I think we've seen press dropping in, and Alana Kennedy's come with press, but nobody's actually covered her, and that's created the space for the through ball, and as a result, Man United have got the penalty.
Here is Toon, 4-0, and Manchester United advantage in that race for the Champions League.
Such a composed penalty. They just slotted it into the bottom corner. Becky Spencer just stepped the wrong way. Cool, calm and composed from Toon.
Good delivery in by Vaughan. Kennedy is up there. Grenham will bring it away for Manchester United. And she sees the pace of Hansen. Could this be a fifth? It would have been, but for a superb stop from Spencer.
Fantastic fingertip save. Hansen is in the pace we've seen all game. Great save from Becky Spencer, and that's where she's at her best.
Zadorsky. Lovely leave over on that far side. Morgan in, away by Jane Ross, back there defending for Manchester United. Lovely piece of skill by Rosella Ryan. Well, it's certainly worth a set piece. I think it was worth a little bit more than that.
That was a lovely bit of skill from Rosella.
Will it be Vaughan on the right or Kennedy on the left? It is Kennedy, and it's absolutely fantastic.
What a strike, a fantastic free kick set piece there. Taking a deflection that's helped into the top corner of the net, but take nothing away from that strike.
No chance whatsoever for Mary Earps, but Tottenham have lost the match. So it finishes at Leigh Sports Village. Manchester United 4, Tottenham 1.
I think it's the best I've seen Kristen play for us. I thought she came off really well at the right times, faced forward, and when she came off, she played behind, she played the right run, the right balls at the right times, made the right runs, and I thought Ella was good again. So yeah, I don't think any player out there, you know, didn't play well today, so it was a real team performance.
I don't think we reacted very well to the goal today, unfortunately, which is totally different to last weekend, and we have to take responsibility for that and get back on the ball and control the game a little bit better than what we did at that stage.
Well, it was pretty convincing for Manchester United in the end. Delighted to have player of the match Kristen Press with us as well. Kristen, a great performance from a personal level, but also from a team level, and those vital 3 points that you knew you had to get today.
Yeah, it was a big performance from the team. We've had a tough second half of the season, and now we know what we have to do. We need to take points every single match to put the pressure on the top three.
How much did you enjoy that today? You were able to have a bit of freedom out there to drop deep and to be involved deeper and then at the attacking end as well.
Yeah, it's my favorite type of match when I get to be on the ball a lot. Different games call for different things from a 9, and I was just happy that there was so much space for me to be able to help connect the team and help us play out of pressure.
Yeah, Casey Stoney said it was your best performance in a Manchester United shirt. And Siobhan, I know you were very impressed as well by what Kristen offered today.
I was, and you can see from the highlights, she comes deep and gets on the ball. Like you said, you want to be on the ball, you want to be facing up, but also you play off the back line of the defenders, and that makes it so hard for them to know. The Tottenham defenders didn't know whether to step high, whether to drop off. They kind of ended up in no man's land, and you pulled them all over the place. Ended up with a goal, with a player of the match performance.
Yeah, assists as well. You know, there was a big win last week in the FA Cup. There had been inconsistency before it, but what was the message from Casey coming into today, coming into these last few games of the season, in terms of what you need to do as a group of players to try and end with a very special season?
Yeah, I think there's been moments in the beginning of the second half of the season where we felt very disjointed and we had some other stuff going on. And so I think just before this week, we were able to come together as a team and really focus on these final 3 league matches, the importance of them from a table standpoint, but also from a team standpoint. And it's just about getting better every game, putting your foot in front of you and keeping your head down and doing your job.
Yeah, you made it very difficult for Spurs today, Siobhan. They had a great start to the match, but then sort of struggled to really get much time on the ball. But they did get a goal right at the end, and I'm sure they'll be very pleased that their endeavours throughout the afternoon did result in something.
They will do, and it was a fantastic free kick right into that top corner. But I know from as playing under Casey Stoney before and as a former goalkeeper, you will be incredibly frustrated not to keep a clean sheet from the game. But to score a free kick like that, it was worthy of that top corner and a little bit of pride for Tottenham at the end of the game.
Yeah, it certainly was indeed. And Kristen, last few games at Manchester United for you, what would it mean to you to, if you do leave in the summer, leave with Champions League football and a legacy that you've left here?
Yeah, I think from the beginning, that's what we're going for, Champions League. And so it's tough now, it's out of our control. So I think there's, the secondary lesson of how can this team also be ready so that whenever that moment happens, they're ready to compete.
Well done today, a fantastic performance, and that win did put Manchester United into 3rd place outright, so it is over to Arsenal now to try and claim it back as they hosted Brighton at Meadow Park. Talking you through it, Chris Sharples.
Oh, it's good pressure, and here come Brighton. Whippermoy pickpocketed. Too close to Zinsberger. Kim Little always busy. Had the vision to find Van der Donk. Beth Mead now. Will it fall for Miedemar? No. Well, Arsenal just starting to turn the screw a little tighter now. Arsenal 5 wins in a row in the WSL, 6 in a row in all competitions, and they are looking like their old selves again. Oh, it's squeezed through! And Jordan Nobbs will celebrate Arsenal breakthrough. Well, it's disappointing how it's come about from a Brighton point of view, but Arsenal have been banging on the door. Whippermoy, it's a fabulous pass. Miedemar is in! Oh, and she's put it wide. McCabe, encouraged to come forward. Talk about sweeper keeper, Zinsberger. Oh, and an error here, and it might just work out for Brighton. Oh, and it's wide. What a let-off for Arsenal. Arsenal, on the dangers that they possess, here they come through Miedemar. Now Mead, on quickly for Nobbs! Brutal from Arsenal on the counter. Final score here in Boreham Wood, Arsenal 2, Brighton 0.
We know what we have to do. It's in our destiny, and obviously with the game in hand, Wednesday night's going to be a huge game for us to skip forward, and then the last 2 games will determine the way it goes. But as I said, we're in control, and it's purely up to us.
The attitude today, I thought we were spot on. I just think, final third, a little bit more quality, and perhaps we could have got something out of the game. But credit to them, I think they're a very, very good side. But in terms of performance, I am really pleased.
Well, Siobhan, Arsenal were asked the question earlier on today. They'll have known that Manchester United had won here in the earlier kickoff, and they went out and answered the question themselves, didn't they?
They did, and a convincing 2-0 win in the end with 2 goals from Jordan Nobbs. Exactly what you've come to expect from her. She struggled with injuries over the past few years, but yeah, you see her goals. This one, you'd expect the goalkeeper to maybe do a little bit more there. It's a weak goal to concede, but this second goal, standard Jordan Nobbs, running deep from midfield, well picked out by Beth Mead, and an easy finish for her, but she's done the hard work already.
we know that Arsenal can score goals, but defensively they are so solid. 7 games in all competitions now without conceding.
They are, and I think a lot of credit always goes to the forwards. As a former goalkeeper, I'm going to say it's so important to be able to keep clean sheets. And as you said, 7 in a row is fantastic. And if you can continue to build from that and score goals on top of it, I mean, you've got Jordan Nobbs scoring 2 today, but you've got Miedemar as well that's absolutely on fire. So they're on a good reign of form and a good time to come into it for them.
Yeah, they certainly are in a good vein of form, and they have 3 games left. Where does the biggest pressures come? Is it being the team that's being chased, or is it as the chasers themselves?
I think Arsenal are under more pressure than Manchester United. They're up there now. They're expected to get that 3rd position. For United, yes, they've got to go out there. They've got to get the points and they've got to win. But people are probably looking at that now, saying Arsenal have got it up there already. It's Arsenal's to throw away. So the pressure for me is all on them.
Yeah, well, to a massive game at the other end of the table as the bottom 2 went head-to-head. Aston Villa's biggest WSL win came against Bristol City earlier this season, but with so much at stake, who could come out on top and take a big step towards survival?
They call it the business end of the season, and for Villa, there's definitely business to attend to with survival at stake.
Bristol City remain winless in the WSL this season on the road, and now bottom of the table have it all to do.
Your commentator for this one is Adam Inker.
Plenty of defending to do in the opening moments of this matchup. That's a good scrap by Molly Pike to win the ball. Now the Dane, Stina Larsson. Does well here to drive forward. Nice centre-forward play. Ball lifted to the back of the box. Hales there, draws a top save from Sophie Bagley, but it creeps in. It's an own goal, and having started the stronger of the 2 sides, Bristol City concedes. An unfortunate own goal. Now a chance for Ebony Salmon to run. She'll run at Ndal in the central area, curling shot towards the top corner, where you can see what she was trying there. Work to do here for Sargent, who heads away only as far as Larsson. Larsson with some lovely skill and a driving run, a forceful run into the area. It's another Aston Villa corner. Iwabuchi back towards Anita Asante, and now Ndal. Deep ball, a couple of Villa players at the back post there, and it's a chance for a big header and a big goal. A vital finish, and what a move and what a header. It's Natalie Haig who gets there for a precious 2nd goal for Aston Villa. Pike who's in the way. Arthur wins it back. On towards Ale now. Hales, Iwabuchi. Thought about the shot, lays off to Gregory. Gregory might shoot, does shoot! Brilliant stop, Bagley. Iwabuchi, nice touch, on towards Hales. Hales on the spin, fed into midfield. Arthur with a drive, up towards the top corner, clatters the crossbar. Ball comes into the penalty area. Some questions to answer here. And it's the substitute who has just come onto the field, Faye Bryson. Her first touch of the game. And what a moment from her, sending the ball up into the top corner, a lifeline for Bristol City. Now work to do at the other end for Aston Villa. Salmon being wrestled from behind by Ndal, and it had to be a free kick. Bristol City sending a good-looking ball, and it's crept in, has it? Well, would you believe this? There is late drama in this game. It's heartbreak for Aston Villa. It finishes here. Aston Villa 2, Bristol City 2.
Encouraging we got the 2, could have been more, should have been more. And we know defensively that we are a team who can keep clean sheets and be resilient. So it bodes well moving forward into the Birmingham game now.
The big thing for me was just to see that we had the belief in ourselves that we could get back into the game, and you know, right with the last kick we get the equaliser. So being in the position we was in at half time, we would have took a point 100%.
Well, it was honours even in the end between the bottom two, but for your former team, Bristol City, what a comeback. And that must do so much to them in terms of building them up and boosting them into these last few games, because it's going to be a real fight for them.
It is, and it was an outstanding comeback, and to show the resilience, the mentality, that's what you need when you're down there fighting at this end of the season. When things are going a little bit against you, you need to pick up points. Faye Bryson to come on and to score this goal with one of her first touches of the game, left foot, top corner, left the goalkeeper with no chance at all. And then this, right at the death, 95th minute, straight in. Oh, it got me a little bit excited watching that game at the end.
Yeah, goalkeeper's nightmare, that ball into the box. But from an Aston Villa point of view, they have got a game in hand. It is in their hands. It's against their local rivals, Birmingham City. Another massive game. How do they bounce back from what they would have thought would have been 3 points yesterday?
I think they've got to just remove it from their mind. They put in a good performance to start with to get them 2-0 up, and they know that they can score goals. They know they've got players that can go out there and get the result. They just need to keep their mindset switched on. Don't let it go at the end. And you play in your local rivals. There's no bigger game, especially when you're at the bottom end of the table at this end of the season.
Yeah, another cracker to look forward to. Well, just above the bottom two, West Ham and Birmingham City were both looking for wins today that would go a long way to ensuring their safety in the WSL. For Carla Ward's side, it was a home game against Reading, while for West Ham, they took on Everton.
Oh, given away by Christiansen. Straight to Thomas, who's away from Savecki. Martha Thomas just wide. Pattinson's ball forward and Sorensen's onside here. Brosnan makes the save though. Thomas onto Brynjar's Dottir. Real good chance this for West Ham. It's Kenza Darley. Couldn't keep her shot down. Darley again. Flicks onto the bar. McGill. Onto Sorensen. Emsley inside of the Danish winger. Utilises Ingrid Vold, who's got forward. Oh, lovely play from Sorensen. Away from Sissoko, but Brosnan equal to the efforts. Four-player West Ham wall. Emsley lets it run for Christiansen. Low drive deflected just wide. Excellent play from Darley onto Van Egmond. First time ball looking for Martha Thomas, who could be away here up against Finnegan. Good ball into Reddish, who'd made the forward run from right wing back. It's finished here in East London. West Ham United 0, Everton 0.
They would dearly love an early one here. They've got 3 or 4 right inside the 6-yard box. It's hooked off the line. Oh, Ruby Mace, it's gone in. Ruby Mace gives Birmingham a vital goal in their quest for WSL survival. Birmingham City lead by 1-0. Cooper will face her former club on the final day of the WSL season in Chelsea, who could well be going for the full house in terms of trophies. But here is Rowe instead. It's a good save by Hampton. Well struck that by Rachel Rowe. Again, Woodhams looked forward, looked for the ball, but Bartrett couldn't find it. Walker giving chase to that one. No flag as yet. Walker goes for goal. Maloney palms it over the crossbar. Mailing gets it back. Walker. Still Birmingham continue. This is Sarah Mailing. Little John off the line and gathered by Maloney. This is going to be going one place and one place only, and that is right into the danger zone where Cooper arrives, and it might come to Rachel Rowe. Rachel Rowe equalises for Reading. Well, Birmingham couldn't clear the mess inside their own 6-yard box. It came as far as Rachel Rowe, who slammed it into the bottom corner. 3 on the goalkeeper. Mailing swings it in. Maloney gets a palm on it towards Lucy Whip. Little John and Walker were in there. It comes as far as Murray. It comes off the crossbar. Out comes the goalkeeper. Headed up in the air by Harriet Scott. Here's Rowe. Chaplin. Carter! Saved by Hampton. What an opportunity to win it for Danielle Carter. Birmingham City 1, Reading 1.
It's a good point. I think ultimately, yeah, we want to win the game, but we knew that this wasn't one that we absolutely had to get 3 points from. So we probably need another point, barring Bristol beating Man United. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm happy with that.
It is so tight at the bottom of the Barclays WSL table. Villa just out of the relegation spot thanks to goal difference, but that game in hand could be crucial. Birmingham and West Ham aren't out of it either after both drew today. The race for third is also as it was at the start of the day. Arsenal in pole position with superior goal difference and a game in hand, while it is Chelsea who still lead the way in the race for the title. So it was all draws for the bottom four in the end, Siobhan, but for the likes of Birmingham City and West Ham, is that enough? Is it just a case of do not lose between now and the end of the season?
I think that's probably the biggest thing for them is you can't afford to drop lots of points. Getting those 1 points on the board is so important at this stage of the season, especially when there's so many head-to-heads. And for the opposition, for the teams they're up against, the fact that they haven't won as well keeps it so tight and so exciting at that bottom part of the table.
It really is so exciting. Massive games to come for all four there, but a massive game as well for the league leaders, Chelsea. They were in Champions League semi-final action today against Bayern Munich away from home. It finished 2-1 to the Germans, but Siobhan, how do you reflect on that result with that vital away goal as well?
I think the away goal is the positive they've got to take from it. They'll be frustrated that they didn't win the game or they didn't draw it. It's always disappointing when you lose, but you've got an away goal. They come back and play at home. They win 1-0. They're into a final of a Champions League, and that's exactly their target. So it's well within reach and something they'll be really looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, it was a great game as well. And PSG against Barcelona in the other semi-final. One apiece there. A long way to go for Chelsea, but would there be a preference for you in the final?
I would love to see a Chelsea-Barcelona final. English team against a Spanish team, break the tradition of the French and the German teams dominating Champions League football in the women's game.